Good evening. Welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Kasumi Balachandra.
And I am Tilina Udayaratna. We begin with a look at the headlines for tonight. Israel focuses attention to enhance bilateral relations with Sri Lanka. Parliamentarian Ranjinramanayake has been further detained till the 26th of this month. Air pollution levels in 3 districts records an increase. Crisis in the United National Party intensifies. The government decides to reduce taxes on state lands. The World Health Organization praises the measures taken by Sri Lanka to contain the corona issue.
And we move on to those and other stories in detail. Israeli ambassador for Sri Lanka residing in New Delhi capital Ron Malka says that his country is ready to enhance bilateral relations with Sri Lanka. The envoy at a meeting with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the President's office today further said that Israel is prepared to extend technological support in many sectors in the Sri Lankan economy. The prominent sectors for cooperation include modern agriculture, education, transport and information technology. Ambassador Ron Malka also said that the objective of his visit was to explore new avenues of cooperation between the two countries. The President on this occasion has recalled the 3 visits in Israel he was engaged in while functioning as the Secretary of Defense. He also said that it is necessary to modernize agriculture for the purpose of earning an adequate income and also to attract youth into the industry. The Israeli ambassador has responded saying that his country is able to add value to agricultural activities through the introduction of latest methods in farming. He has also expressed opinions relating to renovations in the fields of education and vocational sectors.
Parliamentarian Ranjinramanayake has been further detained till the 26th of this month. The order has been delivered when he was produced before the Nugegoda Magistrate Courts today. It was this morning that Ranjinramanayake, who is under detention, was presented to the courts. MP Ranjinramanayake said that parliamentarians have come to the prison today to see him. He has to come into the open in order to make the Heart Party victorious. He is with the Heart Group as the elephant also has a heart. The Attorney General has filed charges against him on causing influences on judges of the courts and on illegal possession of a firearm. A voice test of parliamentarian Ranjinramanayake was conducted earlier in connection with the case.
The Building Research Organization says that the air pollution level in Colombo, Kandy and Kurunegala has increased. The reason being the intrusion of dust particles in the northeastern sea area into the inland with the winds. According to an American Standard Index, the appropriate air pollution level is between 0 and 50. However, in these areas, the figure recorded was between 100 and 150. Senior scientist of the Building Research Institute says that the local air pollution has gone up due to the prevailing dry, windy weather condition. According to the data of the World Climatic Project, such a situation prevails in many countries near the equator. Air pollution was reported to have increased this year in comparison to the level of last year. The mountainous range in Kaduvela, Avisavela and Hangvalla is not visible to the naked eye as in other times, as the Colombo city and the adjacent areas are covered with a dust and smoky condition.
The crisis pertaining to the symbol of the alliance to be formed with the participation of the United National Party has escalated. Opinions were expressed in this regard at several media briefings held today. Parliamentarian Akila Viraj Karyavasam said that he, as General Secretary of the UNP, a party which inherits a proud history, requests all those who wishes to contest under the UNP to apply for nominations. Parliamentarian Ranjit Madhubandar said that the UNP Working Committee has taken a decision to contest the election under an alliance. Chairman of the nomination board is the Prime Ministerial candidate Sajid Premadasa. He further said that Akila Viraj Karyavasam has presented a proposal in contrary to the decision. Decision taken by the parliamentarian Akhila Viraj Karyavasam said that the elephant is the symbol of the United National Party and the authority of the symbol lies with the working committee. The nomination board is also being appointed by the working committee. It has been clearly stated that the UNP should contest the forthcoming parliamentary election under the symbol of the elephant. He also said that the UNP is the biggest party in the country. If anybody says that a candidate is unable to contest the poll under the elephant symbol, that person could not be regarded as a UNPer. Akhila Viraj Karyavasam also said that there is no more than 20 days for the dissolution of the parliament. However, they are still unaware of the symbol.
Minister S.M. Chandrasena said at a media briefing today that the government has decided to reduce the taxes imposed on state lands. Minister S.M. Chandrasena said that the land tax is too high. Therefore, the President has informed them to reduce this tax. The annual tax on commercial lands has been reduced to 2% from 4%. Accordingly, a 50% reduction has been made. The tax could be paid in 5 to 6 installments. He also said that the President instructed to reduce the tax, although this amounts to the government losing a substantial revenue. Minister Chandrasena further said that the President has informed to have the people the right to own a deed. He added that they are now working on this issue.
Well, on an update of the coronavirus from worldwide, around 300 employees have been evacuated from Singapore's biggest bank, DBS, after one person fell ill with the new coronavirus. All 300 had been working on the same floor, the 43rd, and were sent home today. Singapore had previously reported 47 cases of the new virus, one of the highest tallies outside China. Meanwhile, Formula One's Chinese Grand Prix, due to take place in Shanghai on the 19th of April, has been postponed. China saw 716 patients of novel coronavirus pneumonia being cured and discharged from hospitals across the country on Monday, bringing the total number of cured patients to 3,996. In northeast China's Heilongjiang province, 15 patients happily walked out of hospitals. Among them, the eldest is 54 and the youngest is 3. There was also a 30-year-old woman who had delivered a baby on the 30th of January. The baby girl is still in hospital for further observation. Doctors said that the mother will in fact soon reunite with her daughter. The Health Ministry said today another 39 people have tested positive for the coronavirus on the cruise ship Diamond Princess was quarantined, and in Japan, and one quarantine officer was also infected, bringing the total at 175. At Yokohama port, ambulances and fire trucks continue to be on standby to evacuate passengers from the ship to take them to a hospital as soon as possible. Sightseeing vessels were operating around the quarantined cruise ship, and sightseeing passengers could be seen waving handkerchiefs and taking photographs of the Diamond Princess as they got close. The Diamond Princess was placed in quarantine for 2 weeks upon arriving in Yokohama, south of Tokyo, on the 3rd of February after a man who disembarked in Hong Kong was diagnosed with the virus. About 3,700 people are on board the ship, which usually has a crew of 1,100 and a passenger capacity of 2,670. The epidemic originated in mainland China, where more than 1,100 people have now died of the virus. A Chinese steamed bun shop in Beijing is using a piece of wooden board to deliver its buns to customers amid the coronavirus outbreak today.
Minister Pavitra Vaniyarachchi says that the World Health Organization has appreciated the measures taken by Sri Lanka to control the coronavirus. The minister told media in Ratnapura that Sri Lanka is prepared to extend any necessary assistance to the government of China. Minister Pavitra Vaniyarachchi said that they are with the Chinese government at this moment as well. She has recalled that China was in Sri Lanka's side in the Security Council during the period of war. It was China which said that the war in Sri Lanka was a war to preserve national security. Therefore, Sri Lanka will never isolate China, which had appeared on our behalf. She further said that there are around 10,000 Chinese nationals in Sri Lanka. The health officials are able to conduct regular checkups on these nationals. Sri Lanka has not imposed a ban on the arrival of Chinese nationals in Sri Lanka. The minister further said that the World Health Organization has appreciated the measures taken by Sri Lanka to control coronavirus in the country. Minister Pavitra Vanyarachi further said that Chinese ambassador in Sri Lanka has called on her and extended special thanks. She also said that the advice of the President and the Prime Minister have enabled Sri Lanka to successfully control the disease. She also said that due to Sri Lanka's close friendship with China, the Chinese authorities has reopened the closed Wuhan airport and allowed Sri Lankan students to return to their motherland. She also said that the Chinese female national who was in the IDH hospital for 19 days was released as she has regained normalcy.
Welcome back to the news, and we take a look at more news here at home. Sri Lankan Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa was reported to have received special recognition during his official tour to India. It has also been pointed out that the visit has paved the way to further strengthen the historic bondage between India and Sri Lanka based on political, economic and cultural relations. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa was engaged in touring many places of historical importance in India on an invitation extended by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Sri Lankan Prime Minister was warmly welcomed at a ceremony at the Lal Bahadur International Airport in Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh upon his arrival after engaging in diplomatic negotiations. Thereafter, the Prime Minister visited the Kasi Vishwanath Kovil and engaged in religious observances. Later on, he arrived at the Jambu Dweepa Viharasthana, where he was accorded a rousing welcome by the Mahasangha and Sri Lankan nationals.
The Prime Minister is offering flower belonging to Sri Lanka by Dr. K.K. Sweet.
Prime Minister Rajapaksa during his Indian tour also visited the Migadaya sacred site in Isipatana, where Lord Buddha had delivered the first Dhamma sermon, the Saranath Museum, the Moolagandha Kuti Vihara and the Indo-Sri Lanka Buddhist Centre. The Prime Minister also watched the Ganga Nadi, which the Indian people pay homage to with reverence. He also commended the Namami Gange development program initiated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. A special feature of the tour has been the warm farewell extended by a large number of people, including school children, to the departing Sri Lankan delegation along the road leading to the Varanasi airport. They were seen greeting Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and the delegation by waving Sri Lankan national flags when they were heading towards the airport upon conclusion of the tour in Varanasi. Another common scene throughout the Sri Lankan Prime Minister's Indian tour has been the displaying of banners with pictures of Prime Ministers from both countries along the roads. The Prime Minister also attended a special puja at the Tirupati Kovil last morning. A ceremony with cultural features was also organized in honor of the Sri Lankan Premier. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa returned to the island around 12:45 p.m. yesterday.
The government media spokesman, State Minister Keheliya Rambukwala, says that the necessary foundation has already been laid to create a strong labour force in the country. He was addressing a media briefing in Colombo today. The government media spokesman, State Minister Keheliya Rambukwala, said that in 4 days from now, the 100-day program of the government will be recorded. He also said that the present government has to function according to the interim account report prepared by the Government of Good Governance. State Minister Keheliya Rambukwala also said that by the 2nd of next month, the parliament will be dissolved. He said that the government will not hesitate to prolong the dissolution as it has no intention to delay the holding of elections. He also said that by now, the foundation has been laid through the Vision of Prosperity project to create a strong labor force based on education and technology. The program will definitely usher national security and political stability for the children of the nation. The State Minister also said that the program aims to bring out a work-oriented generation who will be able to fulfill their life expectations.
And that's it from the Rupavahini News Desk for tonight. Join us once again tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night.